Welcome to Black Scout Survival Late Night Live. Thanks for tuning in. So I ran across this the other day. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this. I don't know if this is a theory, but very odd. It says, why do Democrats use three banners in their logos? Talking about the three red banners. You see Obama, Biden, Harris, DNC, and they all have the three banners. And you see here from Wikipedia is an ideological slogan used in the late 1950s, which called on the Chinese people to build a socialist state. The three red banners, also called the three red flags, consisted of general line for socialist construction, the Great Leap Forward, and the People's Communes. You know, they often tell us what they're going to do. So it could be. It could be. Now, isn't it ironic how Democrats say that they will protect democracy? That's what they're saying as of now. They're saying Donald Trump is anti-democracy and these sort of things. But they disabled the comments on their YouTube channel the final day of the DNC convention, because whether people know it or not, there's so much conservatives on YouTube. And we've seen that time and time again. Every one of these Democrat YouTube channels, or they're posting something, and whether it's the White House, they're disabling comments. But, you know, I think it's fitting. And kind of like, you know, we've seen that Robert Kennedy Jr. has backed Donald Trump, who was a lifelong Democrat, who says that in his family being a Democrat, and he has absolutely nothing similar to the current Democrat Party. And a lot of people are jumping ship. But he was running for president, and they had all the time in the world to try to slam RFK Jr., you know, to try to smear his name. But they waited to the second that he endorsed Donald Trump. Then they come out and says, accused of being a cocaine dealer at Harvard University. Former classmates speak up. We'll probably also hear about various women and what have you. I think it's hilarious also that they literally found cocaine at the White House, and we never found out who it was. That story all but vanished. The other thing is they also pulled Kennedy's Secret Service detail immediately after backing Trump, and that was probably going to happen anyway because of the fact that he, you know, is no longer running president. But you have Kennedy has already had people show up at his house. His uncle and his father were assassinated, as well as other people in his family dying from mysterious causes. Now we have Trump announcing this, that I feel like puts a huge target on them as a whole.
My pledge to establish a panel of top experts working with Bobby to investigate what is causing the decades-long increase in chronic health problems and childhood diseases, including autoimmune disorders, autism, obesity, infertility, and many more. We want every child in America to grow up and to live a long and healthy life.
Yeah, that they're not going to like that, because that's pointing the finger at Big Pharma, which Kennedy's been opposed to, you know. And now we have them saying the quiet part out loud. Listen to this.
We got 70 days to act right, y'all.
That's right.
Now, after 7 days, we can go back there and crazy.
We have 70 days to act right, and then we can act crazy. You know, many Democrats will take a more moderate approach leading into elections, and then they'll go full-blown Marxist, right? Joe Biden said that he was going to bring the country back together. He was going to unify the country, and he did nothing but divide the country worse than it's ever been divided. It's also similar to like Republican Lindsey Graham, who acts conservative leading up to election, and then he votes Democrat the next 4 years. Now, let's get into the video topic of the night. This was on CNN, and this was a discussion about the Palestine protesters burning flags. Check it out.
Not something new. Republicans have just used this and weaponized patriotism against Democrats, because when Democrats speak out about certain issues, Republicans try to vilify them. So one of the best comments I saw at the convention was by Governor Wes Moore of Maryland, who said, "Loving your country does not mean lying about its history." We can acknowledge the fact this country has flaws, and at the same time realize that we're still proud to be Americans and proud to be a part of it. But we want to make America a better place.
Can I ask you a question? Because there was
the best comments I saw.
Hold on. He says that America's got flaws. Of course, especially a lot of them right now. But I would argue that America in the current day, if you continuously talk about the atrocities various people or civilizations or countries committed throughout the history of time, everyone will be on the chopping block. Everybody. Everybody's land was stolen. Everybody was done wrong. It's this victim mentality they push. Anyway, we'll get back to him.
The convention was by Governor Wes Moore of Maryland, who said, "Loving your country does not mean lying about its history." We can acknowledge the fact this country has flaws, and at the same time realize that we're still proud to be Americans and proud to be a part of it. But we want to make America a better place.
Can I ask you a question? Because there was American flag burnings outside the DNC. There's been a lot of commentary
And people
on the
have the
left,
right to burn flags.
and they absolutely do. But it's not. Let's be real. It's not patriotic.
It is absolutely patriotic to burn a flag. It is absolutely patriotic.
I will never burn a flag.
Part of being an American means respecting the right of people to disagree with America.
But it also means respecting the flag. And
No,
respecting
respecting the flag, I disagree with that.
You quoted Mark Twain. I mean, he said you love your country, but you also love it enough basically to criticize the government when you disagree with it.
Which we all do here.
Yeah, I mean, it
we
just seems
should.
to me that is in the spirit.
I have never burned a flag. I would never burn a flag, but I respect the right of anybody who wants to burn a flag, because that is part of what America is all about.
I think that's part of what love is all about.
You have the right to agree or disagree.
That's part of what love is all about. When you love someone.
That's what love is all about. Burning the American flag, that's what love is all about. That is Keith Boykin, and by the way, he was a former White House aide. And he has just said that burning the American flag is patriotic. Now, burning the flag is an expression of freedom of speech. Do I agree with it? Not at all. Why would you burn the symbol of your country? The thing is that a lot of these folks, they've never been outside of this country, and they've never seen real injustice. And, they've really lost their mind. This guy lost his mind. It was first taking a knee during the anthem. Oh, I don't relate to that song. We live in the best country in the world. They're trying to destroy it. But now burning flags is now considered patriotism. The media has hyper-inflated these, injustice victim mentalities. And that's a very dangerous recipe. This is how you develop extremists. And I mean Taliban level extremists. People that feel that America is working against them. That is not a good thing. Not a good thing to do within your own country. The Democrat Party wants to get votes. And they believe that causing this type of mentality will help them maintain power. But eventually it will turn on them as well. And they've seen some of that with the Palestinian protests. These folks have even turned on them. But it's only going to get worse by feeding this type of hate. The world is full of injustices. It's not a perfect place. And there's tons of injustices to almost every group of people throughout history. No, every race, you could name it. Atrocities have happened. But everyone in the world also faces some degree of tough events in their life. Now, some people, especially some facing extreme hardships in their country, you don't see them walking around in the victimhood mentality. You go look at other countries and you see, living in horrible conditions, and you don't see them walking around the victimhood mentality where the government's completely collapsed, doesn't take care of them. There's no medical, there's none of that stuff. But many of these people wind up doing very well for themselves because hardship brings a tremendous amount of strength. I've seen this with many immigrants who come to this country legally and have read stories about how they become super successful millionaires and billionaires. Like PBD, he came from Iran and he's a billionaire. Now, it's how you take it. Some people take tough lives and they make excuses for themselves to be lazy and to feel entitled that they're owed something. I even see this in the veteran community. Veterans will get mad at other veterans who are successful because they're not as successful. You have to put in the work. That's the way this game is played. You work hard, usually you turn out all right. Now, that doesn't go for everybody because the world isn't fair. But the thing is, teaching this victimhood mentality is very dangerous. Stoking this division will collapse this country, if it's not already collapsed, and we're just waiting for it ultimately to do that. But let's just take the discussion to another turn. Burning the American flag. They're totally okay with that. You could do it right in front of a group of police officers. But if you burn an LGBT flag, you're probably going to go to jail. An Iowa man was sentenced to 15 years after burning a church's LGBT flag. Adolfo Martinez said he tore the flag down because he opposed homosexuality. They gave him hate crime, habitual offender charges, enhanced his prison sentence. Just recently, a few months ago, 3 teens are facing hate crime charges after they burned a pride flag in Louisiana. This was just back in June. Now, think about this. Christianity, the Bible. They burn Bibles at protests. Even Snopes, which I was shocked, found this fact check to be true. Protesters in Portland, Oregon burned American flags and Bibles during anti-racism protests in the summer of 2020. Was anybody put in prison for that? That is a religious group. If you were to do that to any other religious group, you would be in prison. But they don't find burning the American flag. They don't find burning Bibles as a hate crime. It's not a hate crime against Christianity. Nothing can be a hate crime against Christianity. Nothing can be a hate crime against the love of America. And then just a quick little look on Reddit. A difference between a pride flag and the American flag in the LGBT subcommunity. Pride flag is about acceptance. The American flag is about discrimination. I wonder how accepting they would be to me walking over with a Bible, because I've seen that happen at various protests, and usually the Christian gets beaten when he's doing that. Is it really about acceptance? The division in ideologies they pushed to garner votes for power, for money, is going to lead to the total destruction of this country. 100%. I really don't see any turning back, because you would have to gain so much control over everything, because these guys control almost everything. Everything. And then conservatives can't even get on the same page. They'd rather attack each other. They'd rather attack. They'd be say, hey man, I don't like your content. I'm going to badmouth you. I won't badmouth the leftists. I'll badmouth you though. And that's the way the world is working. Hate your brother. It's division amongst sectors, and then micro division within their own groups. If you were wanting to take control of something, there would be no better way to do it. There'd be no better way. Cause absolute division amongst everybody, even people that are supposed to be like-minded. I think it was very telling, though, RFK Jr. coming over to Trump, because they have a lot of things they disagree about, but they also have a lot of things they agree about. And whenever you're looking at trying to fix our country, it's better to find allies than enemies. And unfortunately, I don't think people have the maturity or wisdom to do that. Bear Wilkie, man, he's been a member for 32 months. Congratulations, brother. And thank you, man. Great job in the tribe as well. Anyway, guys, I do appreciate you hanging out with me. I wanted to share this, share my thoughts on it. It's not patriotic at all, at all. I don't agree with it at all. I know it's the First Amendment right. I don't agree with it. I just don't. So many other things you can do. If you believe in certain injustice, go take it up with the individuals you believe it is, with the Congress, whatever. Not by burning the flag that a lot of people have lost limbs for, lost loved ones for, husbands, fathers, people giving their lives. Anyway, guys, remember to stay frosty, stay strapped, and always stay dangerous. Take care.